Well, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Joe Biden officially announced his candidacy for the 2024 Democratic ticket this morning.
And joining us now to discuss this is Charles Franklin, director of the Marquette Law School poll.
Good to see you, Charles.
Good to be here.
So here we go.
Here we go. You know, you'd think the election is just around the corner instead of months and months away.
So I guess the elephant, not so much an elephant in the room, is the president's age.
Yes.
He's 80 now. He'll be 86 at the end of the second term.
Yes. And this is something that we've seen worries the public in public opinion polls. At least especially among people who might otherwise support Biden, they're worried about his age. In our national Marquette Law School polls, what we find is among Democrats, they were split. 48 want him to run, 52 don't want him to run. But at the same time, they give him an 83% job approval rating. So this, I think, reflects that ambivalence that he is old. People are concerned about that. But within the party, at least, his support on substance of job approval is still very strong. And that'll be his ace in the hole with the party. Convincing independents and Republicans is a different matter.
Well, certainly if former President Trump gets a nomination on the Republican side, that's being called the rematch nobody wants. Not my words, it's what I've seen in the headlines.
I call it the reruns.
Yeah.
With Trump's TV background. You know, I think what you see again, if you ask people, do they want Donald Trump to run? There's a lot of ambivalence about him running as well. In the end, we will hold this election between the candidates that are the nominees, and then we'll choose between the real choices rather than the hypotheticals. If only another Republican could emerge, if only a different Democrat was running. So I think we have to look at it in the short term about people's search for alternatives, and frankly, both of them are pretty old.
Yeah, Trump's not a spring chicken either.
Exactly, just 3 or 4 years younger than Biden, 4, I think. And so what happens going forward, I think, in 2024 is pretty limited. When we get to 28, it's time for both parties to reset, as clearly at that point new generations of candidates will emerge. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen maybe in either party. But on the Republican side, it's still an uncertain primary process.
If it is a rerun, is it going to be a enthusiastic population voting, or is this going to be hold your nose and vote for whoever?
Well, you know, in a weird way, both of these candidates help turn out on the other side. Republican antipathy to Biden helps buoy Republicans, and their devotion to Trump, for at least many Republicans, is strong. But Donald Trump has been the biggest turnout machine for Democrats as well. And so I think in a weird way, we might end up with a high turnout election in which people complain about not liking their choices.
Yeah.
Fun, huh?
America. Still a ways off, but here we go.
Indeed.
Charles,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thank you, Charles.